The worst mistake in language learning, the reason why a lot of you will never become fluent, is something that is not talked about much in the language learning community. There are very few videos about this. There are very few articles written about this, and it's not one of the usual things. It's not that you use in apps like Duolingo, which are useless, or that you just hoping to learn by immersion or watching YouTube videos, that kind of stuff. No, the number one mistake, the number one reason why you're not making progress is lack of consistency. If you don't learn every day, or at least almost every day, more days than you don't, you will not improve. If you go to classes once or twice a week and then watch some YouTube videos here and there, and that's it, you will not improve, or you will improve very, very slowly. And the main problem people have is not that they are lazy, is that it's really hard to be consistent in a world where we're always busy, and there's uh, an army of distractions that you just want to steal your time, and they want to stop you from doing whatever you want to get done. Right? It's not because you're lazy. Most people aren't lazy. Most people are not stupid. Some people are, but most people aren't. It's simply that there are so many distractions between social media and the news and this and that, and very often the end of the day comes and you haven't done half of what you intended to do, and especially if you've got ADHD like I do, it's really bad. So in this video I want to give you the solution for that, or at least what works for me, because I used to be terrible at getting things done, and now I'm pretty good. At least I get results in most things that I want to do. All right. So the first thing that you will need in order to get results in language learning is a plan. A plan that's good, a plan that has exercises that actually work. If you're doing things that are useless consistently, you're not getting results, right? 2,000 days of Duolingo and you still can speak. You need to be consistent, but you need to be consistent at doing things that work. So your plan should involve obviously learning vocab, lots of repeating phrases aloud, listening, all the exercises I normally talk about. But the most important thing is to have a very clear plan, a weekly plan or a daily plan, whatever. What I recommend you do is having a plan for the week, and then a list of exercises, a to-do list for the day, and you do the same thing every day for the whole week. And then if it worked and you want to continue doing it, you keep doing it. And if you need to change it, then you apply some changes. But have a plan that's very clear. Like, number one, I need to memorize vocab. Number two, I need to memorize this many words. I need to repeat this many sentences aloud. I need to do this much listening while doing, and specify when and how, and if it's listening while doing what, you'll do it. And like for me, for example, it's uh, I memorize vocab and I listen to my sentences on repeat while I'm working out outside. It's always the same time. So when I go for a walk, go to the beach, go outside to work out, I already have the materials ready on my phone. I just press play, and that's it. I don't have to think about it. Just do it. Right? You need to eliminate as many obstacles as possible so that there's no friction. It should be obvious. It should be in front of you. It should be easy to do. It's something that becomes automatic. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. That's why I recommend pen and paper. Like, take pen and paper and write down a list of things you want to do every day, and again, it should involve memorizing vocab, learning sentences, saying them aloud, whatever, like all the exercises you're doing, listening while doing something else, and specify when you'll do it, which time of the day you do it. Normally, I do all my serious studying either very early in the morning, or if I wake up really early, um, and or right after finishing work. And another very useful tip I'm going to give you is this one's this was a game changer. Trust me. Go old school. Use pen and paper, or better, use this. This is an ebook reader. Put your sentences there instead of learning from a screen like this. Download them as a PDF and put them on your ebook reader, because unlike your computer or your phone, the ebook reader doesn't have, to my knowledge, doesn't have internet access, doesn't have notifications. There's no temptation there of checking Twitter or YouTube or whatever. So you just ideally go outside, like go on the terrace, fresh air, uh, no noise, no distractions, and I study for whatever time I intended to study, instead of, you try to study in the computer and you start reviewing sentences, you read them aloud, whatever, and then, oh, we've got a let's check the comments on YouTube, or let's check the email, whatever, and hours pass and you've done nothing or very little. It's really important to do deep work, right? So it should be, it depends on the person again. Some people can stay focused for hours, other people can't. If you have ADHD, like I do, it's really hard to get started. But once you get started, you can do it for hours, and unless there are distractions, like if you don't have distractions at hand, that's why I leave my phone inside and I go on the terrace and I repeat my sentences aloud, sometimes for hours, and I'm just like in the zone, and no one, like, until someone, like, really, either someone comes and tells me, like, starts speaking to me or something, or I need to go to the toilet or something. I'll just stay there for like an hour and a half, and I'll keep repeating sentences aloud, and I won't get distracted again, because I don't have a phone or I don't have a computer with me with internet access. So go old school. I mean, it's not fully old school. I'll do the paper, but then paper is not. Yeah, I mean, you could print them if you want to, but that's my advice. Like, you need to be super consistent, and for that, set your daily goals, all the exercises, and keep it simple. Like maximum five things you need to do daily. So memorize vocab and then repeat sentences aloud, shadowing, whatever. Like phone with audio files, just play the audio files while you go outside, while you work out, while you do whatever. Always the same playlist. You don't have to search. You don't have to look for podcasts to listen to. You go on YouTube. You start looking for YouTube channels in the target language. You waste 15 minutes there. No, just you have your language island sentences. You listen to them on repeat until you know them by heart. You just listen to the same list over and over. The time block that you dedicate to actually doing active learning, do it like you either print it on paper or ebook reader or something where you don't have internet access. You go outside, you go at least to another room where there's no, like, your phone's in another room, there are no notifications, there's nothing, and until you do as much of it as you intended to do, you don't stop, you keep doing, right? This is all very basic advice, but it's really important, because if you don't do this, nothing else is going to work. Like, the best learning system in the world won't work if you keep getting distracted, right? If you keep checking your emails or checking your notifications or WhatsApp or Telegram, social media, whatever, every 10 minutes, then it's not only the time you waste doing that, then it's also the time that you're still thinking of that when you come back to your learning, and you're going to waste, like, the quality of the time you spend learning goes down a lot because you're not fully focused. So, um, really important, like, eliminate all distractions, schedule the time, like this, like, uh, well, 1 hour before work or 1 hour after work or whatever. Like, I'll do it then, and you don't check the phone until you're done with the exercises that you wanted to do, like the daily tasks, right? And make sure you do all of this every day. And if it's too much, if it's too complicated, then maybe you need to take it easier and uh, give yourself tasks that are easier to do. But what you shouldn't do is just hope that you'll eventually like figure out a way to stay consistent. No, you need to plan, and you need to create the necessary conditions for you to stay consistent. Otherwise, you will fail. And I know, I really know about this because I've been I've been struggling with this all my life, and now I'm pretty good at this, but because I've been thinking of ways to fix this like for decades. Because I used to be a terrible student in school. All right, so I know this video wasn't anything revolutionary, no like groundbreaking information here, but it's really really important, right? Nothing else. All the fancy memorization techniques and all of that, it won't work unless you do this. Unless you can focus and do deep work, it will not work, right? So number one priority should be this.